Hey there, survivors. I'm Razius, and this is Ark Survival Evolved. I hope you're having a great day. First and foremost, I wanted to thank everyone for their tremendous support on my various videos before, and we are now back in Ark. I joined a new server to kind of do a let's play with you guys and do a episodic type thing and kind of explain as I go with the tutorial style so you guys know how to do things from level to level. I am currently already level 6, however. Did a little bit of leveling on the way before I started this just to get a foundation. Got me some pants. I pumped everything in a weight so I could actually carry a little bit extra on that. But if you do like the video series, don't forget to give it a like, thumbs up, favorite, share as you care to do so, as that support is greatly appreciated as well. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to see all the future video content. I do try to post videos daily, so granted they're not always Ark, but I'm going to try to do my best to have at least one Ark, since that's kind of my staple game that I really enjoy playing. I am currently also in the midst of 7 Days to Die and The Forest, which I will be doing a lot of building videos and things like that, so look forward to that. Currently in this game, I am just running around gathering fiber and things. The leveling that I did on my points, as you can tell, is campfires, hatchets, a little bit of building supplies. I really don't need clothes since I did spawn on South Zone 2, which the maps currently don't have my locations, but I am currently around the 8750 range. Let's go ahead and do this. It's right down there. But yeah, so now you know what server I'm on. The Arctobia server, which is 5x all around. I didn't want to go to an official just because they are very horrible about having pillars all over the place and not allowing any building, and kind of really big on that. So went and found an unofficial that was recently wiped, and it is a PvP server, so in the future as I level up you will see me doing a little bit of PvPing. It's a little bit of a smaller server, so there is a little bit more of a friendly community. To get berries for food if you are hungry, which as you can tell from the bottom right hand side, I am hungry, so I am going to eat some berries. You get all your berries from bushes, where when you walk up you'll hit E. The E key is your action key that will let you do pretty much all your actions, whereas the I key will access your inventory so you can actually see everything. Normally, if you are new to the game, you'll see it like this with all of the items in very large blue. If you want to get rid of this, all you have to do is be in your menu and hit the Q key. It will minimize everything and make everything smaller and a little bit easier to see. So it's the option I prefer anyway. So there is that. I don't know if it changes your hotbar if you do that, though. Let's go ahead and find out. No, it doesn't. Okay, good to know. Okay, so let's go ahead and get those small again. I only have pants on, like I said, since I'm in the south. I'm not hot or anything, so let's go ahead and eat more berries. Okay. And to level quickly, pretty much any action you take, you'll gain experience. So my experience will be mainly from gathering wood at the lower levels. Chopping wood is a very good way to get levels if you have a increased XP rate, which official servers I believe are like 2x maybe, or they might even still be standard. I'm not certain if they actually raised them. I know a couple of the official servers are raised though, so the first few levels are kind of boring, but having the leveling experience is still kind of nice. So let's go ahead, and I did make wood foundations as a priority item to receive, because then you gain a lot of experience from building those. And then you can break them down and get half of the resources to build in, which, as you can tell, it already cost me to level once again. So let's go ahead and put this down and get its resources from it. And it'll allow me to move again. This is also the reason why I actually pumped a lot into weight at the beginning, is so I could actually hold all those foundations as I was doing them. Because if you don't have the weight, then you won't be able to make very many, and when you can't make very many, then you can't actually level at as quick of a pace as you would like. So let's go and make another one as I'm cutting. And this also frees up weight since foundations and things are much lighter than the initial resources. The reason why the initial resources are more heavy is because they can be used in multiple items, and the system doesn't necessarily know which item you want to use, so it's a little bit more of a more of a penalty to actually hold those items instead, or hold the resources rather than making the items that you intend to use them for. So, okay. I made a few foundations already. Another good way to level, if you have the means, would be narcotics, because they give between 2 and 5 on standard, and with 5x that will be a lot more. However, the resource gathering for it's a bit tougher, since you do need raw meats, from, or rather spoiled meat from the raw meat, and narcotics, which you gain from the plants as well. Some of the best dinos at low levels to gain those resources, such as narco berries, would be a trike, which you, at a low level, you would use a slingshot like this to tame out. It takes quite a few slingshot bolts to actually do anything with those, so I actually recommend using foundations until you reach about level 15, since that's about the range that you can start building the other things you need, and you can actually get your bows and arrows and things to make it a little bit easier to shrink things out, because then you can actually make the narcotics and stuff. So I gained a few levels that time and gained a couple extra engram points. I don't need anything right now, so I am not going to do that. I'm just going to hold on to all my points and continue to build these resources and continue to level up a little bit. Go ahead. To repair your items, you take them out of your hotbar and make sure you have the resources, which on the right side you can see repairing requirements. I will need 1 flint, 1 wood, 4 thatch, and currently you can see all the own stuff, so you just click on that and hit repair item, and that'll make it back, that'll restore all of its ability back to normal. Then you just pull them back down. You can either drag down items into your hotbar down here, which will be the hotkeys on your keyboard, or you can double click them and they will move down there automatically to the first open slot. Okay. So I'm just going to grab a few more berries to make sure I have a little bit of food. Berries are fairly heavy, so be sure to kind of limit how many you have at a time, since they are in abundance. You won't necessarily need a large stock of them right off the bat. So okay, let's go ahead and take care of my level again. Let's do some more weight. I'll probably stop my weight at about 200. Got a simple bed, which is good. Can't really get anything else till level 10, so I'm going to hold off on that. But yeah, lower levels are kind of a grind, and that's just how it is. But once you get to the decent level around 10 or so, you can actually start building stuff and getting the saddles and everything to advance into a medium tier type situation. Not high medium, but a low medium entry level. So okay, let's go and build some more foundations. And as you can see, since I got the extra weight, I can make more than one now. And I can just continue to collect as I make these. And if you hold down the corresponding key, you can see what you're missing for your actual crafting requirements. If you actually drag a blueprint down into your hotbar, you can build things a little bit easier. And I am destroying all of them for half the resources, so I don't have to gather as much to level, since this gathering is strictly for leveling purposes. And since I am doing a lot of gathering, it is using quite a bit of food. So I'm going to go ahead and head to the water, even though I really don't need it. I really don't need it since rain automatically refills all your water completely. But just for learning purposes, if you do go in the water, you used to have to go all the way to swim to actually restore your water. However, in the more recent patches, you can just submerge your feet only and use your action key E, and it will refill your water as well now. Okay. And just a little bit on resources. You can pick up stones normally if they're small enough. If you want stone otherwise, you'd use your hatchet. That'll gather more stone than flint. If you use your pickaxe, you would actually gather more flint than stone on the larger stones. For trees, you would use axe for wood or the pickaxe for thatch, and then your plants would be fiber and berries. If you use a sickle, you get solely fiber, which sickle is a medium to high grade to gather mass amounts of fiber for the larger builds, because anything outside of metal you need fiber to build. So that's part of the reason why I'm still gathering plants, so I can make sure I have enough fiber for the actual build of these foundations. So I'm going to need more thatch now. As you could tell from my key down here, I have 30 wood of 80 and 4 thatch, so I'm really low on thatch. But as you can tell, you can actually gather a lot of thatch very fast, so it's not that big of a deal on thatch. Wood is probably one of the more harder commodities at low levels to get, since you don't get as much for the even using the hatchet. So okay, we'll move over into the little bit more full area. Okay, stand in the tree. Good job, me. Good job. Ah, fall. Okay. Be very careful of the things around you, because you never know if there's rapper. Yeah, rapper. Okay, no, not really. But raptors. Okay, but go ahead back to building some more foundations. I'm gonna have to start looking for an area that might be a good settlement area. Yo, yo, yo. Yippee, yo, yippee, yay. I don't know. Alright. Another foundation. Gonna set this one. And this one. Need food. If you go into your menu option to eat food fast, you can hold down the hotkey only in your menu option, and it eats massive amounts of food at one time, for berries especially. So that makes things a little bit faster. It is a berry eating is food over time. It's not instant, nor is eating cooked meat or raw meat. Raw meat does hurt your health, so be wary of that. Okay. I'll leave that at 200, and then I'm going to raise my health a little bit. I will want that at some point, so I need a wooden wall. Because building a cage will be good to trap enemies in if you need to get away. Itchy saddle, spike walls. Spike walls will be good to defend my base against wild animals, since they do kill a lot of things. Alright. Go ahead and grab those so I can get my narcotics. I have a few points, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the rest of my food and my water canister, since I have the hide for it. Get my walls so I can actually build my spikes by getting the wood walls. There we go. Got my cage too. Cages aren't necessarily important. I just like having them just in case, because then they're also good for holding tamed dinos in if you want to leave them on wild, such as oviraptors. You can put them in there, leave them on wild. They can mate if they're close enough and get fertilized egg for more ovi, since they are kind of a pest. If you have a male and female, it'll be best, but they are kind of pest to tame since they do need eggs to tame. The easiest way would to be breeding them. It looks like there's an old campfire. Let's see. 18 charcoal, great for making gunpowder. For that, you would need your pestle and mortar. You put the gunpowder in with flint, or not gunpowder, charcoal in with flint, and that would make gunpowder for you if you have the engram for it anyway. So that is a very high level for guns and long neck rifles and things like that. So, all right then. I believe that will conclude this episode. I know it was a little bit more talky and just kind of a grind, but I wanted to make sure all of the basics were kind of covered at the start with the action keys and the directional keys, which is WASD, which is standard. You have your C for crouch, jump, spacebar. X would be to lay down. K is your view menu, and then you have your scroll wheel to get into third or first person view. Not all servers have the third person view available, so be wary of that. You have your torches for nighttime, since it does get very dark, but this server is actually set to having shorter nights, which is preferable for me. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did like it, once again, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, and share with your friends. And if you're new to the channel, once again, don't forget to subscribe for more daily videos. Have a wonderful day.